Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to work in the wormery and we're going to see what we have to do here today. Finally, spring is coming. So I love spring, yet I hate spring. I hate all the bugs that start coming out. But I love feeling the warm sun. So we're going to do that. We're going to work in here today and I got a lot of things to do. So I've been filming the day in the life and it's interesting. I hope you like it when I upload it. Anyway, let's get going. Enough yapping. So let's check on the cocoon bin. Let's see what's going on in here. This cocoon bin was set up March 5th. Look at all this. That's the straw. So I just go like this, rip it up, and just get it back in there. But I want to look in here just to see if I see any movement yet. I'm not expecting to, but just to make sure. There's a little cocoon right there. Just to make sure. And if you're ever curious if I ship cocoons, I don't, because I never have enough. But cocoons, they travel really well. There's a worm. I found one that must have just stayed behind. So I'm going to take him and put him with the other big boys over here. They travel well, believe it or not. They're very resilient. I've had people ask me if I could ship overseas. I cannot. It's against the law. And the fines are like really big. But if I could ever do it, like if it were legal to do and I could do it without any problems, I would, but it would have to be overnight. And of course the customer would have to pay for that overnight shipping because that would be insane. But you know, I'm sure if it were allowed, some people would just to get them, you know. But no, it's not allowed. All right, we're still doing good here. I'm going to put their paper back. I still don't see any signs of life here in this because when they start hatching, they're going to start eating the paper. They will. That's just what they do. So, estimate cocoon hatching is usually about 21 days. But, you know, those are all estimate numbers because it depends on the temperature in here, the temperature of the bedding, whether I have a heat mat on them, whether I don't. And I have several heat mats. I just haven't set them up on this side of my wormery yet. And honestly, with summer coming, I don't know. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. We'll see. I know it works really well with red wiggler cocoons. Like, they hatch, like, fast. 21 days, you'll see babies. Euros take a little longer to hatch, but still, the heat mat will get them going. So let's put this back on. Yeah, I don't know where my tripod is. You know, when you lose something and you haven't moved it from the house, it's just somewhere in this house. Oh, I don't know where it is. All right, let's look at the European night crawlers. And wow, the paper is gone. That's all that's left. So today I'm harvesting worms for an order. I have several orders. And I'm going to mix this in. After I harvest the worms, I'm going to wet this down. And then I am going to feed them. So we're going to do, I'm doing the light method. So I'm going to push them all to this side and have them go down. And then I start pulling worms once I start seeing them. You know, harvesting European night crawlers to me is so much easier than red wigglers because they're just so bulky and they're easier to find and see. Even when they're young, they're still a little bigger. So while I wait for them, let me wash my hands and let me feed the other bins. So let me peek at these Euros. Nice looking worms. Nice size. Love them. In my opinion, the European nightcrawler is one of the best fishing worms. They not only have the size for a nice fishing worm like that, they don't need refrigeration, which a Canadian nightcrawler does. So if you buy European nightcrawlers, you just put them in a bin and keep them on your counter or wherever. You don't need to put them in a fridge. I know there's some people that don't like using their fridge for them. And if I were to be in the Canadian nightcrawler business, I'd buy a separate fridge just to keep the worms. But I know some people that have put them in the fridge and their wives have freaked out because the worms are in there. So, yeah. But yeah, they're a nice size worm. So I have different containers of chow for different species. Pretty soon I'll be doing videos on the African nightcrawlers. So give it a massage, give them a massage, cover them up. So how many people out there that watch me are like getting into this? I always see a lot of people that start, come and go. Some stick with it, some don't. Some like it more like a hobby, and that's okay. You just do what you like and what fits, for your lifestyle and your family. I love the look of the bedding when it's like a flat plane. And look how they eat the paper. They just love paper and cardboard and leaves. The darkest castings I have ever gotten with worms is when I fed leaves. The darkest. I mean, we're talking black castings. Look at that. Wow. So let's give these guys some food. So as usual, I hope you're learning something. I get a lot of nice messages. I had a birthday recently, and my YouTube friends gave me more happy birthdays than my friends in real life. And my family, of course, is wonderful. I'm not talking about my family. I'm just talking about my personal friends. But my YouTube friends, yeah, I got a lot of messages. Oh, someone had asked me if I have happy mail, meaning like slow mail. And I'll put it in my channel description, and I'll put it here in the comments because I think someone wanted to mail me a birthday card and they didn't have the address. So I'll put that down there. But they're doing well. So once I harvest these guys from their bedding and their cocoons, then they're going to be moved over there. And the cycle just continues. Worm farming is not easy work. It's hard. But if you love it, then don't think of it like that. Don't think of it as like a job or as I have to. Go in it with your heart and your passion and your love for it, and you'll be successful. And the most important thing is you'll be happy. Happiness to me is like really important, because if you hate your job or whatever you do, you got to do something to either change or just do something different. That big farm, Arizona worm farm, this is how they harvest their worms too. They have these giant tables with maybe 10 of these across with lights hooked onto the tables already. I love that setup because you don't have to move anything other than the tray. And they just go one by one and they just harvest like this with the light. And then the cocoons, like mine, get set up over there. And then the cycle just continues. So, and he's very successful. I think he's more popular with castings and soil amendments and things like that, which, us gardeners, we need. So you see, once I start seeing some worms, I leave this section and I come over here. And, I don't stand here and just watch them go down. I'll be here all day. I do other things that I planned on doing while I wait. Now, sometimes these things, I've done 3 together, and I go from one to one to one like that, and I just keep going back and forth. And that's another like fast way to harvest. So that's a tip of the day for you. It also depends on the room, you know. Ours, worm farmers, our biggest problem is having enough room. Oh, someone's trying to be naughty. See, look. Instead of going down, it's trying to make an escape. Come on. Go down there. There you go. They're a livestock. You never know what they're going to do or what they feel like doing. Any worm, even the passive red wiggler, has the ability to be stubborn. But, you know, if they like their environment, they're going to stay. Now, the first couple of days you get worms from me, you should keep the light on. Even if they're red wigglers, and red wigglers are really passive, just keep the light on because they're going into a new place, a new home, new temperature in your house. Like, everything is new. And if you shut the light off, they're going to run because they're going to think they can't live there. So leave the light on and make sure your bedding is nice and moist, and they'll get used to it and they'll go down. And within a few days, you know, it'll be all right. Usually when I introduce new worms to one of my beddings or one of my like million trays here, I stick around. I stick around for the day just to make sure that I'm around. And even that, when I leave in the evening, in the morning I come and I might find one or two. But rarely it happens. Rarely. My worms are pretty much behaved for the most part. I'm not going to say perfect because those are the days that they just feel like doing whatever they want and not listen to a worm mom over here. I'm like a worm mom, a worm aunt, a worm grandma. I'm like everything all at once. So I am seeing a lot of cocoons. So when I find worms like this and I don't want to wait for them to go down, I just put them to one corner. That way I know that they're there. So if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, go ahead and do so. And I will continue to film myself and leave more content. So do you guys want to see more like me doing things in the background? Or, you know, I don't know if you're interested in seeing what I physically do. I mean, I'm not doing physically a lot because I'm still recovering from a really bad knee injury, which today is my physical therapy day. Wow, this is a big cocoon. I had to grab it, see if I could show you. Yeah, look at that one. That's a nice sized cocoon right there. So he'll just go there. So that's what we're doing today. So I'm just waiting for them to go down. Meanwhile, I'm going to go prepare my boxes for shipping. So let's see where we are with them. I went to pre-package the, you know, the boxes with... I usually include a Bigfoot sticker, but my stickers are all packed away because next week I'm moving into my new office, so I can't include a Bigfoot sticker this time. I've been told that I'm like the only one that does that, so maybe some other people will catch on. Well, anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Press that subscribe button. Go find my other worm channel, The Worm Lady 2. If you like crafting, knitting, crocheting, all the crafting things I do, I'll link my other channel down below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Wow, that is one huge pile of European night crawlers. It is amazing what they feel like. Oh my gosh.